Final score.
Good afternoon. It was Portsmouth 1, West Bromwich Albion 0 in the FA Cup semi-final played this lunchtime. Action and reaction on the way. Arsenal 1, Liverpool 1. That was the final score in a vital Premier League match played. Just under 15 minutes to go in the rest of today's league games. Gavin, Peacock, Graham Powell and Garth Crooks are watching 6 other Barclays Premier League matches still underway. We're into April. This season is starting to draw to a finish. The Video Printer's running goals scored between now and final whistles could prove to be priceless. In the Premier League title race, Chelsea trying to keep their challenge on track away at Manchester City. Richard Ascombe reporting.
Manchester City 0, Chelsea 2, Ray, but Chelsea, who took the lead early on through a Richard Dunn goal, certainly haven't had it all their own way. Petroff Island and Benjani all came close for City in that first 45, but just as it started to look rocky for Chelsea, they broke away and Kalou rounded the keeper to make it 2. Since then, the visitors have been well on top.
Arsenal's challenge at an end maybe. Chelsea still on track to Craven Cottage on the banks of the Thames, with second bottom Fulham trying to stop themselves sinking into the Championship. They're playing Sunderland, who are nearly safe, but not quite. Tony Lockwood.
Roy Keane's side within sight of a third straight Premier League victory. Fulham 1, Sunderland 3. Kenwyne Jones has got the Weir side as third. Danny Collins and Michael Chopra gave them the 2-goal lead. Healy off the bench from 20 yards to arrow it in the top corner and give Fulham hope. But back came Jones. It's 3-1 Sunderland, and Fulham could be on their way out of the Premier League.
2 points from 15. Unhappy faces at Villa Park of late. And after sacrificing that 2-0 lead at home to Arsenal last Saturday, can third bottom Bolton pull themselves together? 1 point from 21 for Bolton going into this match. David Garrido reporting.
Made that 1 point from 24, Ray. Aston Villa 3, Bolton 0, thanks to a virtuoso performance from Ashley Young. Such a threat on either flank. His pinpoint cross set up Gareth Barry to head them in front. An inch-perfect through ball let Barry return the favour for Gabriel Ogbonlahor, and Young's block shot fell to the Villa skipper to volley home a deflected third. Bolton have looked toothless up front, clueless at the back, hopeless in general. Surely the Championship beckons. It's Villa 3, Bolton 0.
Bolton in big trouble. Fifth bottom Wigan have their heads above water. So do fourth bottom Birmingham. Just. Harry Grayson reporting.
Wigan can surely look forward to another season in the top flight, Ray. Ryan Taylor's 2 goals, 1 real quality, tell only part of Wigan's domination. They should have had more. Birmingham lost their captain Damien Johnson with a ridiculous tackle before half-time. No doubt at all that Mike Dean, the referee, had no option. About 15 left here.
Successive wins drew a huge sigh of relief on Tyneside. Newcastle all but safe going into a home game with Reading, who still had work to do to safeguard their Premier League status. Steve Sutton reporting.
Yes, Ray, Newcastle easing their way to their third successive win. They lead by 3-0, and their big 3 strike force, Obafemi Martins and Michael Owen in the first half, and Mark Viduka in the second half, have put the smiles firmly back on Tyneside. Newcastle 3, Reading 0.
It's Blackburn versus Tottenham at Ewood Park. Spurs' only target, climbing into the top half of the table. Blackburn still have an outside chance of joining Carling Cup winners Spurs in next season's UEFA Cup. Mark Bishop reporting.
Blackburn Rovers 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. It's been a Jekyll and Hyde performance, Ray, from Blackburn, who were dreadful for the first 25 minutes. Berbatov helped himself to a close-range opener, and then back came Blackburn. What a cross from David Bentley on the right-hand side, finished off in style from Pedersen. It's been all Brad Friedel, though. He's kept Blackburn in this match. 3 superb saves, the best coming from Lennon's 25-yarder. 1 apiece at Ewood Park.
And that could be a crucial goal for Tommy Smith for Watford late in the game at home to Coventry. Watford kicking off in 5th place, fighting to get back into the automatic promotion places. Millwall 1, Gillingham 1. Millwall trying to get to safety in League 1. Gillingham 4th bottom, fighting to avoid the drop. Paul Robinson with 15 minutes to go, equalising for Millwall. Still time for scorelines to change, but more details now on the Arsenal-Liverpool match. Final whistle went 2 hours ago. Andrew James watched the match.
A result that may well spell the end of Arsenal's title hopes, and if Liverpool fail to claim 4th spot, then a late miss by Voronin may prove decisive. Liverpool made 8 changes, Arsenal 5 from the midweek Champions League game, but it was Liverpool who deserved more from the match. Croucher's goal just before half-time was one of several good chances for Rafa Benitez's team, whilst Arsenal only managed 1 shot on on goal. A headed equaliser from Nicholas Bentner gave Arsenal hope in the second half, but it was misplaced as both Voronin and Torres squandered good chances for Liverpool to win the match. Arsenal 1, Liverpool 1.
Crewe's chances of staying in League One have been dented this afternoon. Southend's chances of bouncing back into the Championship have been improved. Lee Barnard on 80 minutes. Southend could be going into the playoffs. Arsenal's title challenge over, would you say, Garth?
Yeah, I would. And I think for Arsenal now, it's about actually making sure that they focus in on the Champions League and really go for it, because I think the Championship is over for them.
Liverpool held the advantage there as well, don't they, for coming up on Tuesday?
I think they do. They've rested players. Gerrard and Torres as well, you know, will be nice and fresh and an advantage with them psychologically.
Chelsea still in the title race, though, aren't they?
Very much so. But I would have to say today, Kudachini kept them in the game in a period of time where Manchester City were on top. But what they've had is they've always had a threat going forward with the pace and work rate of Anelka, and he's been key for them today.
Damien Johnson sent off for Birmingham this afternoon in the match at Wigan. How significant was that decision? And was the challenge deserving of a red card, because Birmingham still fourth bottom?
Damien Johnson lost his head. You could see there was he was snapping at people, and he flew in a ridiculous challenge. And it's a sort of challenge that people should look at and say this is worth more than 3 matches for this kind of tackle, because he doesn't try and play the ball. His eyes are on the man. Mike Dean quite rightly sends him off. He has to remember he's captain of Birmingham today, and in their relegation fight, they need their captain to stand up and be counted, not to be sent off and end their chances in that match.
Thanks, Graham. Wembley at lunchtime. Portsmouth against West Bromwich Albion was the FA Cup semi-final. The winners booking a return visit to the stadium. Ivan Gaskell reporting.
It's a classic footballing cliché that you really have to score when you're on top, and boy, was this a classic example of just that. West Brom made a mockery of the 18 places that lay between them and their Premier League opponents in the first hour at least. On Grand National Day, Portsmouth simply weren't at the races. But suddenly, Milan Baros, clearly controlling with his arm, had Kylie at full stretch, and that wily old former West Brom enigma Kanu swept home the rebound. Portsmouth have won every game in which they've scored first this season, and though Corran struck the crossbar and West Brom continued to dominate, after a lifetime of waiting, Harry Redknapp and Portsmouth will be back at Wembley for the Cup final next month.
They play Cardiff or Barnsley, the second semi-final tomorrow. To Scotland, league leaders Rangers play tomorrow. Second place Celtic playing fourth place Motherwell in an SPL game drawing to a conclusion. Brian McLaughlin.
Yes, it's Celtic 0, Motherwell 1. The home side piling on the pressure to try and get back on level terms. Aidan McGeady had a shot that cracked off the base of the post, and Andreas Hinkle has twice forced Graham Smith into top-class saves. Simon Lappin, the scorer for Motherwell, after 33 minutes, who were also reduced to 10 men when Bob Malcolm was shown a straight red card for a challenge on Donati. Celtic have 5 minutes left to save their season. It's Celtic 0, Motherwell 1.
Yeah, the score stays the same. Rangers fans will be delighted. Could be that the SPL title race is over. 2 Old Firm games to go, but Rangers have a game in hand. Celtic trailing at Celtic Park at home to Motherwell. News on today's Coca-Cola Championship games now. One result already in. Scunthorpe 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Both teams fighting to avoid relegation. Scunthorpe took the 18th minute lead through Ian Morris, only for on-loan Chelsea striker Ben Sahar to equalise for Wednesday in the second half. Scunthorpe still second bottom. Sheffield Wednesday move 1 point away from the relegation places. As things stand, results in the next 10 minutes could change things round. Doncaster equalised away at Huddersfield. Doncaster third in League One, fighting with Carlisle for the second automatic promotion place. Paul Green, with 6 minutes to go, getting the equaliser. Onto the scrap for the 2 automatic promotion places in the Championship. Bristol City kicked off top of the table. 1980, last time they played in the top flight of English football. They're playing away at Southampton, third bottom when the game kicked off. Andy Barwell reporting.
Well, how precious will the 3 points be for Southampton this afternoon if they can keep this 1-0 advantage? They lead against the side then top of the Championship table. Stern John with a goal 10 minutes before the break still separates the 2 teams. Bristol City have been more effective in this second half, but it could have been 2-0 moments ago. Great save, Adriano Basso to deny Bradley Wright-Phillips. It's Southampton 1, Bristol City 0.
League 2 leaders Peterborough have come from a goal down. They may well be beating Wickham this afternoon. Liam Hatch with the second goal for Posh with 7 minutes to go. Peterborough's 16 unbeaten game run is not coming to an end, it would appear now. Wickham 1, Peterborough 2. Peterborough long odds to get automatic promotion into League 1. back to the Championship. No game for second place Stoke today, or third place Hull. No game for fourth place West Bromwich Albion, of course. Watford kicked off fifth, 4 points away from an automatic promotion place. Opponents Coventry 3 points from a relegation place. Steve Lee reporting.
Yes, 3 minutes to go. It's Watford 2, Coventry 1. It's been a ding-dong sort of game, really. Watford taking the lead through Nathan Ellington, but a good fight back by Coventry in the second half resulted in Leon Best heading home Julian Gray's cross at 1-1. Then Tommy Smith, who's been arguably Watford's player of the season, great individual skill, saw him round the keeper and fire home a goal with 11 minutes left. He's 6th of the season. It could be vital for Watford. It could be their first win in 9 games.
And let's just go back to Aston Villa. And there's been another goal in that match. Let's hear from David Garrido.
Aston Villa 4, Bolton 0. And once again, Gareth Barry with a cross to set up the 4th goal in what's been such a comprehensive victory. Marlon Harewood completely and utterly unmarked in the box, glancing home with a header. Bolton have been truly awful. Villa 4, Bolton 0.
Southampton against Bristol City. Third bottom against the leaders, Andy Barwell.
2-0 Southampton, it's surely all over. A great save by Adriano Basso from Bradley Wright-Phillips. Another great save from Basso, but it was Jason Newell following up to tap it home. Southampton 2, Bristol City 0.
And that could be a vital 3 points for Southampton, trying to safeguard their Championship status. After recording their highest ever league finish last season, Colchester could be relegated out of the Championship today. It could be local rivals Ipswich that send them down. Not the way, though, it's going to be. Steve May.
Absolutely right. Colchester 2, Ipswich 0, and 2 goals by Scott Vernon look like keeping Colchester in the Championship at least for tonight. Both very cool finishes. A dab past Bywater for the first in the first half, and then a cracking left foot drive which hit the inside of the far post and went in the second half. Alan Lee has missed a sitter for Ipswich. We're looking really now at Colchester's first win in 11 games. What a time to do it. Colchester 2, Ipswich 0.
Third bottom Notts County in League 2 have conceded a goal with 3 minutes to go away at Bury. Notts County not safe from being relegated out of the Football League, one of the founder members of the Football League. Plymouth and Charlton out of form in the Championship, out of the playoff places too. That was the situation when the match at Home Park kicked off. A game Charlton can't really afford to lose. Hamish Marshall reporting.
Yeah, it's Plymouth 1, Charlton 2. Charlton have played almost the whole game with 10 men, but they've come from behind thanks to a double from Leroy Lita. Goalkeeper Nicky Weaver was red carded for handling outside the area. Plymouth didn't create enough, but went ahead through Jermaine Easter. This is a match, as you say, both sides need to win. Plymouth have now got 4 strikers on as they chase this, and we've still got the best part of 10 minutes to go. Plymouth 1, Charlton 2.
What a turnaround. 3 vital points for Charlton if the score stays the same. When today's matches kicked off, Norwich were 3 points above the relegation places, Burnley 3 points below the playoff places. Robin Bailey's watching the game at Carrow Road.
And Norwich have led since 62 seconds into this game when Dion Dublin gave them the lead from Huckabee's feed. And they have been worth that lead, but they should be 2-0 up. They've spurned 3 or 4 chances. Kjorten and Huckabee, 2 of the culprits there. Burnley are still pushing. They've got 3 up front, but really they have to win this game to stay on the playoffs. Norwich need a vital win in that relegation battle. 1-0 Norwich.
Brechin 2-1 up at home to Airdrie United in Scottish Division 2, and that could mean that Ross County are going to be promoted this afternoon because they're 4-0 up, so there could be a promotion party in Dingwall in the Highlands. Crawley Town 6, York 1 in the Blue Square Premier. Next up, Bramall Lane, Sheffield United playing Leicester City. Let's hear the latest on this match.
Yes, Ray, it's still 3-0 to Sheffield United. A day to forget for Leicester City, but one to remember for James Beattie. His first half hat-trick inside 9 minutes simply blew the visitors away, with Patrick Kisnobo sending off, making their chances almost impossible this afternoon. We're simply playing time out, and it's worrying times for Leicester and Ian Holloway. Sheffield United 3, Leicester City 0.
Let's hear about the promotion in Scotland. Ian Turner's watching Ross County against Berwick.
It's finished here. Looks like they'll be dancing in the streets of Dingwall tonight. Today, Ross County needed 3 points and needed Airdrie to lose at Brechin, and that's exactly what's going to happen in the next few seconds, because Airdrie 2-1, 4 goals here for Ross County. The party's about to start. We just need confirmation from Brechin. Ross County 4, Berwick Rangers 0.
Looks like they can celebrate. Queen's Park Rangers and Preston aren't going to go up, but they aren't going to go down. Alan Biggs reporting.
It doesn't look like it. Don't write off Preston entirely on this form. They lead, but now only by 2-1. A great reply from Gareth Ainsworth for QPR after Neil Mellor with an acrobatic volley, and then Tamas Priskin on as substitute have put Preston into a 2-0 lead. Could be an interesting finish here. QPR 1, Preston 2.
Late equaliser for Rotherham at home to Brentford. Mark Hudson, 3 minutes to go. Rotherham 1, Brentford 1. Staying in League Two, let's hear about the leaders Peterborough away at Wickham. Natalie Jackson.
Well, you join me now as Scott McGleish steps up to take a penalty. He hits it with his right foot right into the right-hand corner and the back of the net. And Wickham have pulled this game back. It's 2-2 here now, and this goal could put a dent in Peterborough's championship ambitions here today. Wickham 2, Peterborough 2.
Wickham with a chance at the playoffs. Peterborough are going to be promoted sooner or later, you would think. Brighton against Port Vale. Brighton going for the playoffs. Port Vale fighting to stay in the division. A win today won't keep them there forever, but it might just put off the inevitable. Chris Dennis.
It's absolutely right, Ray. They've just scored their third goal, and Danny Whittaker, what a way to finish the match. He'd hit the bar 3 times in the second half, and now 5 minutes from time, a wonderful left-footed volley from 30 yards out, hit the back of the net in the top corner. If anybody deserves a goal today, it's Danny Whittaker, and Port Vale lead by 3-1.
Final whistle sounding all round the country. An important victory for Watford. Watford 2, Coventry 1. Watford get themselves in contention for an automatic promotion place. Let's hear about Swansea against Bournemouth. Juliet Farrington. Swansea may or may not be going up this evening.
Just tell them I can hear.
From Juliet Farrington, at the moment, it would appear Swansea 1, Bournemouth 0 is the score we have. But Doncaster are drawing, so Swansea aren't promoted just yet. Let's go to Celtic Park. Brian McLaughlin watching Celtic against Motherwell.
Where it's finished Celtic 0, Motherwell 1. A scoreline that all but ends the title hopes of Celtic. Simon Lappin, the scorer, 12 minutes before half-time. Celtic, though, were by far and away the better side. Donati, McGeady, McDonald, Samaras and Brown all passing up golden opportunities, but the Motherwell rearguard stood firm throughout. And the boos ringing around the stadium from the home fans at full time, from the 58,000 fans, told their own story. The championship flag now looks set to be heading for Ibrox. Final score at Parkhead is Celtic 0, Motherwell 1.
That's a massive setback for Celtic this afternoon. Well played Motherwell trying to secure third place and get the UEFA Cup spot. But Rangers fans look like they're taking the title and will be celebrating. 2 Old Firm games to go, but Rangers in a commanding position at the top of the SPL. To the Championship, Colchester against Ipswich, Steve May.
It's just finished. It's Colchester United 2, Ipswich Town 0, and Colchester are still in the Championship tonight thanks to 2 goals by Scott Vernon. Vernon only playing because of an injury to Clive Platt. It's Colchester's first win in 11 games, but it doesn't do too much for Ipswich's playoff hopes. Colchester 2, Ipswich 0.
A late goal at Loftus Road. Alan Biggs watching the Queen's Park Rangers Preston game.
It's Queen's Park Rangers 2, Preston 2. Rangers have come back with 2 late goals. Gareth Ainsworth with a lob with the first, and he was on a substitute, by the way, and he crossed for Dexter Blackstock to head Rangers level, 2 apiece with Preston still playing.
What a comeback for Queen's Park Rangers. 4 unbeaten. Preston were unbeaten in 6. Preston looked like they were taking the points. What a fight back from Queen's Park Rangers. Full time at Vicarage Road. Steve Lee.
Yes, Watford 2, Coventry 1. The flags are certainly flying here tonight. Adrian Boothroyd issued 5,000 flags to home fans and urged a mighty effort for promotion. Nathan Ellington got them off to a great start. Leon Best headed an equaliser for Coventry. But Tommy Smith, born just a few miles away in Hemel Hempstead, became a local hero with 11 minutes left with the winner. Watford's first win in 9 games. Watford 2, Coventry 1.
Fulham's run in the Barclays Premier League looks like it's coming to an end. Sunderland safe. They'll be playing in the top flight next season. Tony Lockwood.
Fulham 1, Sunderland 3. A Danny Collins header in the final minute of the first half set Roy Keane's side on their way. Michael Chopra came off the bench to score their second. David Healy from 20 yards struck back. An all too brief highlight as Kenwyne Jones, Sunderland's top scorer, steered home their third. Fulham lose a match their manager admitted they had to win. Their last victory at Craven College in a top flight match was April 1952, Ray. That season Fulham were relegated. Could the Londoners be about to suffer a similar fate? Fulham 1, Sunderland 3.
Dejected Roy Hodgson leaving the pitch at Craven Cottage. Looks like Bolton may well be joining Fulham in the Championship next season. David Garrido.
I dare say they might be, Ray. Aston Villa 4, Bolton 0. First win in 6 for Martin O'Neill's side. As emphatic as the scoreline would suggest. A standing ovation for Ashley Young after he played a creative part in each of the first 3 goals. Man of the match, Garth Barry, involved in all 4, a driving force in the midfield throughout. Those 2 really ran the show, but in truth, Bolton made it very, very easy for them with some appalling defending. 5 games to go, still 4 points from safety. It would need a mammoth effort for them to stay up now. Aston Villa 4, Bolton 0.
Wigan 8 points from the relegation places. Birmingham still in trouble. Harry Gratian.
Impressive performance by Wigan, Ray. 2 goals from Ryan Taylor. The first of beauty could have been added to by Heskey, Kilban, Ben Skoko. But why did Damien Johnson, as Birmingham captain, get sent off with a hideous tackle which gave referee Mike Dean no option? Martin Taylor on his return could only watch on. It all made the home win very easy indeed.
And let's get the story of the match at Ewood Park between Blackburn and Spurs from Mark Bishop.
Blackburn Rovers 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. A game Wande Ramos' side should have won in the first half, Ray, as Blackburn fell asleep at the back. Dimitar Berbatov scored from close range after good work from Mel Bronk. And then a moment of brilliance, David Bentley controlling Reed's 40-yard pass, crossing the board of Pedersen, who smashed it past Cherney. Friedel, though, the star of the day, made a string of fine saves to keep Blackburn in the game. Near the end, we all thought Bentley should have had a penalty when he seemed to be impeded by Sakura. A point apiece, though, just about right at Ewood Park. Blackburn Rovers 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1.
Late winner for Brentford would appear away at Rotherham. In fact, it is. Brentford have won 2-1 away at Millmore. And to St Mary's now, Andy Barwell. Southampton kicked off third bottom. Bristol City top of the table.
Full time here, Ray. Southampton out of the drop zone after this vital 2-0 win. Stern John and Jason Yule with the goals. It could be a lifesaver for the Saints. There could be few complaints from table toppers Bristol City, who really didn't match Southampton's performance and commitment here. It's finished Southampton 2, Bristol City 0.
Arsenal only drew at lunchtime at home to Liverpool. Arsenal, it would appear, out of the Barclays Premier League title race. Chelsea still very much in it. They've won at the City of Manchester Stadium. Richard Askham reporting.
They have won, Ray. City 0, Chelsea 2. A comfortable win in the end, but one Chelsea really had to battle for. They took the lead through a Richard Dunn own goal early on. City then came back into it with real determination. Johnson had a shot cleared off the line. But coinciding with the introduction of Joe Cole, Chelsea scored a second midway through the second half. Kalu rounding the keeper. And from that moment on, an away win never looked in doubt. And Chelsea is still very much in the hunt for the title.
St James's Park, where Newcastle have won their third game in a row for the first time since December 2006. Reading still have relegation fears. Steve Sutton.
Yes, Ray, a thoroughly comfortable afternoon at St James's Park. Newcastle took the lead on 18 minutes. Obafemi Martins sidestepping 2 Reading players before going just inside the box and slotting past Hanneman. Michael Owen made it 2 just before half-time. A lovely ball in from Habib Bey, and Owen helping it into the net. And then the third of their triple strike force, Mark Viduka, just before the hour from close range. Barton volleyed just wide. Duff forced a great save from Hanneman late on in the second half. What a transformation for Newcastle. 3-0.
Back to the Championship. Plymouth against Charlton. Neither side could really afford to lose this. They were going to get a playoff place. Hamish Marshall reporting.
We're inside the last minute of 5 of added time, and Charlton are winning by 2-1. Alan Pardew says he's got things wrong with loan signings this season, but not with Leroy Lita. 2 goals from the Reading player has turned this fixture on its head. Nicky Weaver was sent off first thing, and Jermaine Easter put Plymouth in front. But the Addicts' playoff hopes look as if they're going to live for another day and a venture, unless something dramatic happens in the next 45 seconds. This is the end of Plymouth's playoff hopes. It's Plymouth 1, Charlton 2.
It's been quite an afternoon. All the results are just about in. Time for Tim Gudgeon to confirm today's final scores.
And off we go. The FA Cup sponsored by Ian in the semi-final. West Bromwich Albion 0, Portsmouth 1. Barclays Premier League, Arsenal 1, Liverpool 1. Aston Villa 4, Bolton Wanderers 0. Blackburn Rovers 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Fulham 1, Sunderland 3. Manchester City 0, Chelsea 2. Newcastle United 3, Reading 0. Wigan Athletic 2, Birmingham City 0. In the Coca-Cola Championship, Colchester United 2, Ipswich Town 0. Norwich City 2, Burnley 0. Plymouth Argyle 1, Charlton Athletic 2 is the latest score. Queen's Park Rangers 2, Preston North End 2. Scunthorpe United 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Sheffield United 3, Leicester City 0. Southampton 2, Bristol City 0. Watford 2, Coventry City 1. In the Coca-Cola League 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 2, Port Vale 3. Bristol Rovers 0, Hartlepool United 0. Carlisle United 2, Yeovil Town 1. Crewe Alexandra 1, Southend United 3. Huddersfield Town 2, Doncaster Rovers 2. Leyton Orient 0, Leeds United 2 is the latest score. Millwall 1, Gillingham 1. Northampton Town 2, Luton Town 1. Nottingham Forest 3, Cheltenham Town 1. Swansea City 1, Bournemouth 2 is the latest. Swindon Town 3, Oldham Athletic 0. Walsall 2, Tranmere Rovers 1. League 2, Bradford City 1, Morecambe 0. Bury 2, Notts County 1. Chesterfield 4, Shrewsbury Town 1. Hereford United 2, Chester City 2. Mansfield Town 2, Barnet 2. Rochdale 3, Grimsby Town 1. Rotherham United 1, Brentford 2. Stockport County 1, Darlington 0. Wrexham 1, Macclesfield Town 1. Wycombe Wanderers 2, Peterborough United 2. In the Blue Square Premier, Aldershot Town 2, Salisbury 1. Burton Albion 2, Grays Athletic 3. Crawley Town 6, York City 1. Droylsden 0, Cambridge United 2. Ebbsfleet United 1, Woking 1. Halifax Town 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. Kidderminster Harriers 1, Altrincham 1. Northwich Victoria 4, Stafford Rangers 3. Stevenage Borough and Exeter City have an evening kick-off. Torquay United 0, Farnsley Celtic 1. Weymouth 0, Oxford United 1. The Clydesdale Bank Scottish Premier League, Celtic 0, Motherwell 1. Gretna 1, Inverness Caledonian Thistle 2. Hibernian 2, St Mirren 0. Kilmarnock 0, Hearts 0. Ernbury Scottish Division 1, Clyde 3, Livingston 2. Hamilton Academical 2, St Johnstone 0. Morton 1, Dundee 2. Partick Thistle 0, Dunfermline Athletic 1. Stirling Albion 0, Queen of the South 0. Scottish Div 2, Ayr United 0, Wraith Rovers 1. Brechin City 2, Airdrie United 1. Cowdenbeath 1, Alloa Athletic 1. Queen's Park 2, Peterhead 0. Ross County 4, Berwick Rangers 0. And Scottish Div 3, Albion Rovers 0, Arbroath 2. East Fife 2, Dumbarton 1. East Stirling 0, Elgin City 0. Montrose 2, Forfar Athletic 2. Stranraer 3, Stenhousemuir 1. And in the Welsh Premier, Aberystwyth 1, Neath 2. Casus 1, Llangefni Town 1. Llanelli 1, Airbus UK 0. Portmarnock 3, Connors Quay 3. And New Saints FC 6, Haverfordwest 2.
The late kick-offs. Charlton have beaten Plymouth in the Coca-Cola Championship. Plymouth Argyle 1, Charlton Athletic 2. Still playing in the Coca-Cola League 1 game between Leyton Orient and Leeds United. That match kicked off 15 minutes late because of crowd congestion. And a result in League 1, key result 2. Swansea City 1, Bournemouth 2. Swansea with a chance of securing promotion today. Bournemouth all but relegated, but winning by 2-1. Gavin, Peacock, Graham Pole and Garth Crooks have watched all this afternoon's Premier League games and the FA Cup semi-final played at lunchtime. We'll hear their opinions on today's performances after we've looked at the updated league tables. There's the Barclays Premier League. Chelsea's win at Eastlands means Manchester United's lead is now just 2 points, but the champions can restore their 5-point cushion when they visit Middlesbrough tomorrow. Arsenal's title challenge is all but over after 1 win from 7 games, it would appear. They could be 8 points adrift of top spot this time tomorrow. 4th place Liverpool, 6 points clear of Everton, though the Toffees will expect to halve that when they play Derby tomorrow. And in the race for an Intertoto spot, advantage Aston Villa, who move up to 7th. It's looking increasingly likely that Fulham will join Derby in the Championship next season. Bolton remain 4 points from safety after losing at Villa Park. Gary Megson's side have lost 7 of their last 8 games. Birmingham couldn't pull away from the bottom 3, but wins for Wigan and Sunderland helped them climb the table. In the Coca-Cola Championship, Bristol City stay top despite defeat at Southampton. The Robins lead the division by a point but have played a game more than most of their rivals who didn't play today. Watford, the only other side in the top 6 that did play this afternoon. They move above West Brom after beating Coventry. The Hornets now just 2 points off top spot. Charlton's win at Plymouth keeps their slim playoff hopes alive. Colchester United beat East Anglian rivals Ipswich Town 2-0 but are still 11 points from safety with only 12 left to play for. Scunthorpe drew 1-1 with Sheffield Wednesday earlier in the day. They're also in deep trouble. FA giant killers Barnsley will kick off their semi-final with Cardiff City in the bottom 3. Southampton, the big movers, up 3 places to 19th, 3 points above the relegation places now. Coca-Cola League One. Swansea City remain top despite throwing away a 1-0 lead to lose at home to Bournemouth. Carlisle scored a last-minute winner to move 5 points clear in the race for the 2nd automatic promotion place. Doncaster Rovers, Nottingham Forest, Southend and Leeds complete the playoff picture as it stands at the moment. It can all change. Luton Town slumped at the foot of the table with defeat at Northampton. They're now 12 points from safety with goal difference their only hope of staying up. Port Vale won for the 2nd week in a row but are still a distant 9 points from survival. It's putting off the inevitable. Bournemouth also look doomed for relegation despite winning today. Great win at Swansea. Gillingham hold the final relegation place. They've got a point at fellow strugglers Millwall. And in League Two, Peterborough a point clear at the top after drawing 2-2 at Wickham. MK Dons won at Accrington Stanley last night. Hereford drew with Chester to move into the automatic promotion places ahead of Darlington, who lost at Stockport. Time running out for bottom side Wrexham. A draw at home to Macclesfield and not enough at this stage of the season. Mansfield threw away a 2-goal lead against Barnet to do 2-2, a result that leaves them 3 points adrift of safety. In the Blue Square Premier, Aldershot continue their relentless charge back to the Football League after beating Salisbury. The Shots require just 5 more points to secure promotion. Second place Torquay slipped to a surprise defeat to lowly Farsley Celtic. Cambridge, Stevenage and Burton hold the 3 other playoff places. Droylsden and Stafford Rangers both lost. They could have been relegated this afternoon. Other results went their way to give them a short stay of execution. Halifax, Weymouth, Altrincham, Northwich and Farsley fighting it out amongst themselves to avoid the other 2 relegation places. In the Clydesdale Bank Scottish Premier League, Rangers can go 9 points clear at the top if they win at Dundee United tomorrow. That's because Celtic slipped to a home defeat to Motherwell. Simon Lappin getting the only goal. That result keeps Motherwell in 3rd place, with 4th place Hibs beating St Mirren 2-0. Hearts drew at Kilmarnock. It ends their hopes of moving into the top half before the SPL splits. And already relegated Gretna couldn't pick up a 7th point of the season. They were beaten by Inverness. And Bruce Scottish Division 1. Hamilton still lead the way in the race to replace Gretna in the SPL. The Ackies beat St Johnstone while Dundee won at Morton. There's a 4-point gap between the 2 sides. Stirling Albion picked up a point with a home draw against Queen of the South but are 10 points adrift. Clyde moved 3 points clear of 9th place Morton after beating Livingston. Division 2. Congratulations Ross County, promoted as champions after thrashing already relegated Berwick 4-0. Erdry's 2-1 defeat at Brechin ended their hopes of catching County. And Scottish Division 3, East Fife clinched their first league championship for 60 years last month. They're a mammoth 23 points clear after victory over Dumbarton today. East Stirling looked likely to finish bottom of the third division for the 6th season in a row. If they do, then they face a vote in 2010 on whether they should be allowed to remain in the league. Plenty of post-match reaction to come after this summary of the top football stories of the day. Portsmouth will contest the FA Cup final for the first time in 69 years as Carno returns to haunt his former club. There'll be a first domestic final for Harry Redknapp. Richard Dunn own goal and Solomon Kalou give Chelsea victory at Manchester City as the Blues put title pressure on the other side of Manchester. Arsenal lost more ground in the title race. Liverpool held them again. Peter Crouch put the Reds in front before Nicholas Bentner's equaliser. A double for Ryan Taylor moves Wigan 8 points clear of trouble. Athletics boss Steve Bruce gets one over his former club with a crucial win. A real blow to Fulham's survival hopes as Sunderland cruise to their 3rd win in a row. Aston Villa get back to winning ways thanks to a Gareth Barry brace. Bolton's relegation fears deepen. It's like old times for Newcastle fans. 9 goals in the last 3 games. Kevin Keegan's Magpies have won 3 on the spin. Honours even at Ewood Park. Morton Gamps Pedersen cancelling out Dimitar Berbatov's opener for Spurs. And it's a 10:10 start for tonight's match of the day. As ever, all the goals, all the saves, all the major incidents from those games will be included in the programme. 10:10 start for match of the day. And highlights of the Everton Derby match, plus Manchester United's trip to Middlesbrough and the Cardiff Barnsley FA Cup semi-final will form the backbone of tomorrow's match of the day 2, 10 o'clock start on BBC 2. Action from the Portsmouth West Bromwich Albion FA Cup semi-final now. Commentary by John Watson.
That's going towards Barosh. Carnou's with him. Milan Barosh. Oh, it's a save by Carn. Oh, it's going to be a goal. It's Carnou who has put Portsmouth ahead.
Carney makes a save. I think he can then go and get the second one. And then the defender gets involved here. Look.
Was there a handball, Mark, in the build-up to the goal? It's Milan Barosh.
Well, makes a movement, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that they've got a case for complaining there, the Albion.
Forward goal!
That ball's apparently still in play. Pouring. He's hit the bar. Phillips on the run here. Oh, Distan had to be acrobatic. Kim was following up as well. Hurthkins outside. Miller! Chance! Well, it was a very poor corner and not a particularly good clearance. It doesn't matter. Portsmouth have reached the FA Cup final for the first time since the Second World War.
Many congratulations. Tell me about the goal that won the game.
Yeah, I just saw it. You know, the keeper parried it and he like a go mass scramble and it came off and then lucky goal and have to score.
What a great day for Portsmouth Football Club.
Yeah, fantastic to be going to a cup final. Full credit to West Brom, they were excellent. They passed the ball well. They made a real game of it. So it was a difficult game, but a great day for the club.
What does it mean for you personally? So many years in the game, in a cup final for the first time.
It's great. It's good for my family. Great for the supporters. I'm delighted for everybody.
There was a big suggestion. There was a handball leading up to the goal.
I'm not sure, but I would say it was maybe it's touched my hand as well. So, but I haven't seen the replay yet, so I can't be sure. You probably already know, but doesn't matter. The referee just let it play, and we finished it off. So we won the 1-0, and as I said, you know, we are in the final. That's what we wanted before the game.
Tony, it's always horrible to have to do this interview. That must feel terrible.
No, it's okay. I think it was important that we came out of this game today with a bit of confidence and belief. We've got 6 very important league fixtures to play, and I'm sure enough today that we're a decent enough football team, and you know, a team that scored 99 goals in all competitions this year. It's frustration is we didn't manage to threaten their goal enough today, but hopefully we'll come out of today with 6 games to go and try and ply our trade week in, week out in the Premier League if we can.
Graham, was the build-up to the goal a handball decision that the referee missed?
I think Barros has said it all there. It's hit my arm, but I've not seen the replay. We have now, and I think it's clearly handball. Howard Webb never had an angle to see it, so you can't blame the referee, but it's one of those things. Handball.
Significant day in the Barclays Premier League. Arsenal out of it now, Garth.
Indeed, but if you can't blame the referee, who can you blame? You're quite right. I think Fulham and Derby are gone. It's now between Reading, Bolton and Birmingham.
Chelsea still in it for the title, though.
Still in it, although they rode their luck a little bit. Cudicini kept them in the game. Anelka up front was always a threat, and they roll on.
A quick reminder now, for news on all today's football, and for sports news across the board, the BBC Sport website is constantly being updated. Via the red button, our football service will continue now till 6 o'clock. All the league tables will cycle on the screen. More post-match interviews are on the way. And Gavin, Graham and Garth will debate the football issues of the day. And this is where we say goodbye to BBC Two viewers. From the Final Score team, it's bye for now. Much more football on the way via the red button.